malalim tong lugar na to eh. This is an essential part of Philippine history. This region, this particular spot, this shoreline, this lake, this volcano, they're all mentioned frequently in Philippine history, in history books, in accounts, in letters. This pocket of paradise is actually also an important part of Philippine heritage and culture and history.
So I am Ipat Luna. I am an environmental lawyer and the chief. I demand inventions in this place. So, ano tawag?
The chief demander.
And the chief demander.
Ako naman si Howie Severino. I'm the chief follower. Mahilig ako maghardin. I'm the chief gardener of Capusod. In addition to being the default GRO. Ipat and I met because of the environment. She's an environmental lawyer. A big part of my career was in environmental journalism, and maybe a philosophy, a way of life, a set of values evolved related to that, which influenced our lifestyle and our choices. And it influenced our decision to buy this small property, and it gave us an opportunity to walk our talk.
And then we started to build what was on our minds that are quirky and what we believe to be sustainable and short-lived, because that's what nature is. It lives, it dies, but it has served us for 15 years. It's really our style, and we built it to live in. As we went along, the treehouse was getting rented, people were learning from our example. We decided that we wanted to share not just the knowledge, but the experience of having it. We have a very good friend who built his own bamboo house, and his builder was Nato, who was, to us, really a genius. One of those people who's, sa Tagalog mas apte, malikot ang isip. We contracted him to collaborate with Ning Encarnacion, who wrote the book on Filipino architecture, I think the first one. And their collaboration produced this, which is, to us, really special. To incentivize creativity, we have artisans who work with us who sometimes did not finish even grade school or are hard up in terms of language, but they're geniuses. So we pay the price. We honor their creativity by ensuring that hindi namin binabarat.
Hi, ako nga pala si Renato Espiritu, isa sa mga gumagawa ng mga native furniture o kaya bahay kubo, kawayan. Isa ako sa mga nagano dito kay Sir Howie ng mga treehouse. Bahay na 3 palapag na walang pako. Tapos nag-aaral kami ng iglo, bahay na yari sa lupa.
We're very proud of our natural pool. It's very small, but at least a third of it is called a regeneration area, where there is sand and rocks and plants to filter whatever detritus is in the pool. But generally, it's the root system of the plants that absorbs the excess nutrients from the water, which is why the water is clear and clean. There is also a UV light, just to make sure. When the water is filtered, there is a pipe underneath the sand. It's filtered by UV. Then it goes into the small waterfalls to aerate and to get sun. And before, we were told to get a generator because if there are brownouts, which there are in Batangas fairly often, we needed to ensure we had power. And I was resisting so much because of the noise and the fossil fuel. And we came upon the idea of using a windmill for the water pump because if there's no electricity, there's no water because our water is dependent on the pump. The wind now pulls the water from the aquifer and brings it to our natural pool. And then the excess water is then drained out into the pond, the wilder pond that we have at the back of the Caracoa.
Nung una, marami nagtatawa sa akin tungkol sa kawayan kasi ang kawayan ay parang mahina ang value. Ang tingin ng marami, wala siyang quality, hindi siya matibay na materyales. Pero pwedeng ganun nga kasi kung hindi mo alam kung paano gawin, hindi mo alam kung paano siya kunin, puputulin, eh talagang magiging mahuna ang iyong gagawin. Pero kung alam mo paano mag-umpisa, paano siya kunin, paano siya i-treat, paano siya patuyuin, kung anong panahon yan. Malalaman mo ng kawayan halos pwede sumabay sa bakal, sa kahoy, o kaya pang higitan.
Let's talk about this space in particular where we're sitting. No, I've been going to Sagada since the 1980s, and they had spaces like this, rock circles, which they called the Pai, where their council of elders would meet. But if you notice, from the arrangement in a circle, you won't be able to know who is the boss. Kumbaga, pantay-pantay kayo. The way they discussed and then the way they saw each other was, from my point of view, more democratic. The way I see this place is we created it, we're developing it, we're using it in ways that give us joy. We didn't create this place to cater to other people's interests, whims.
My other favorite feature here is the amihan blowing from there and the habagat blowing from there. So it just changes seasons and you have the wind almost all the time. And we know which direction it goes.
Yeah, and because we don't have air conditioning, we cool our spaces according to pre-air conditioning principles, which is you study airflows and you adjust to the airflows. You make sure your indoor spaces have adequate ventilation. I mean, if I had a choice of being anywhere else in the world, I would still choose this place because of the combination of factors. I mean, the view and then the
History.
yeah, and even the fact that we have a live volcano here makes it more exciting to me. Kasi para sa ibang tao, iiwasan mo yung danger eh. Pero maybe that's also what drew me to journalism because there is the excitement of risk, di ba? A studied risk.
Technology will bring us untold conveniences and other benefits. But if you select the tech carefully, the ones that mimic nature, those things have an impact.
We just have a vision of wanting descendants, even if they're not direct blood lineage, and they don't even have to know us, they don't even have to know our names, but we want descendants generations down the line to say, whoever planted this tree, whoever developed this concept, whoever inspired this design, whoever introduced this idea, this philosophy to our place, to our culture, salamat. The way we live today is not just for today. It's for many generations down the line. Ganun lang kasimple yon.
For more insightful videos on design, subscribe to Design Will Save the World.